Growing up, I used to spend a lot of time over at Roland Baker's house, and I started noticing that Roland Baker had a lot of items, you know, trucks, cars, houses, was able to provide for all his family. And so I asked him a question one day, Mr. Baker, what is it that you do? He told me, I'm a union electrician.
Unions are really a way for everyone to pursue social and economic justice. One of the people I look up to the most is Martin Luther King, and he was pro-union. In fact, he was supporting the sanitation workers down in Memphis, Tennessee in 1968 when he was assassinated.
People want us to pit us against each other. We're all in this together, and we all need to fight together.
Right now, I feel that the union is changing, and people of color are at the forefront of that by making the workplace more representative. The union is important to me, especially as a queer person of color in the union. It gives me a venue to stand up for myself.
There are a lot of silent things that go on in the workplace that affect people of color. You can go to union rep and bring those up. Those are things that are good for you in your union contracts. Those are things that protect your rights.
I am the first woman, Latina woman, to get her license in the state of Minnesota. I'm really proud of that accomplishment. We have very few women of color in the trades, so it's important that we have more coming through, because it's a great job opportunity for anyone, and more so for women of color.
We have a starting wage of $15, and we believe that it should be higher. As a union, we work together to make sure that our standard of living is high, and we set the standard for everyone.
I grew up in the rough neighborhoods and found my way at UPS and joined the union. And being in the union put a smile on my face and put money in my pocket.
You have more high school kids that come here and work and become drivers, and they're there like for 33, 35 years because they came out of high school. They loved it, they loved the salary.
When I taught school at the university level and where the school was not union, I did not make as much money as I did when I taught at unionized schools.
Before I started, I had pretty much a troubled background, you know, of a single mother and scuffling from check to check and trying to do temp jobs and raise my family. So when I went with Metro Transit, I was able to take care of both my children by myself, and my daughter was able to go to college.
The union has been good for me. I have a stable job. I have a couple of different pensions. I'm not relying on Social Security because I make a decent living. I have 2 children in college right now that I'm paying for.
I got my first job in '96, and I bought a house in '97. It was the first time I'd ever been able to even think about being able to buy a house.
I think Latinas should be active in their unions. It builds wealth. My husband's also a retired union member, and my husband always remarked that he just got his GED. But he was still making a good salary, and we knew that was from the union.
I think there are a lot of opportunities being a union member. Es importante que sepamos que hay buenas oportunidades para trabajar, para ser parte de la unión de este país, lo cual en nuestros países no existe. Entonces, esa es una oportunidad que debemos tenerlo presente.
We support unions and we become parts of unions. They have contributed to the 36 reasons that makes us happier people, and that is maybe it's as simple as having the weekends off, having overtime pay, maternity leave, family medical leave. There's just so many other things that time and a half, you know, those things just weren't put in there by corporations. People fought for them, and people died for them too.
The union also helped for safety reasons. I'm really big up on safety and health care. I'm a nursing assistant.
I had my children all born with my union insurance. I've had cancer, and that was all paid for with my insurance.
After battling cancer, it allotted me time to go to my treatments and continue to work without the threat of losing my job. You know, it's bad enough to go through, I'm getting emotional. It's bad enough to go through an illness and not to know that you have job security, that you might lose your position and lose everything that you've worked for over so many years.
I started out after high school. I wanted to work right away. I never had intended to go to college. I just wanted to work and make money. And I did. I found many jobs, but they were dead-end jobs and none of them were union jobs. So I made the decision to just quit my full-time job at a bank as a mail clerk, and I went to trade school and took up diesel technology, and I've been working as a diesel mechanic ever since 1989. And that was the best decision I ever could have made.
You don't have to have a degree to be a union member. There are many jobs that you can apply for and become union. Postal workers, bricklayers, asbestos workers, musicians, longshoremen, hotel and restaurant employees.
You do not need a college degree for a lot of healthcare jobs. Some training is needed. Some can be on-the-job training.
When I first became a member of MAPE, I wasn't actually, didn't have a college degree. And there were so many opportunities, and my experience at that time was valued. And one of the things I've come to know about MAPE, I've since gotten my college degree, there are just as many jobs open for carpenters, for electricians, for people who do public safety dispatching. There are a whole range of jobs in state government that provide good benefits and livable wages so young people can launch their families.
I'm one of those students that went to college for a few years and didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, so I decided to join a union and become a tradesperson.
There are many different jobs within the city that you don't need a college degree for. You could work in the sewer department, you can work in the street department, you can work in solid waste and recycling, you can work for the park board.
You don't need a degree to be a clerical worker, but we believe that every worker needs to have an opportunity, and that's what our local does. We provide opportunities for everyone.
Our apprentices are paid to actually go to school, so they actually receive a stipend.
Coming from a privatized financial industry job, and if we have workplace concerns, good luck, because there'd be the door after you voiced your workplace concern.
Be able to understand and learn your rights. That is really important, to be able to protect yourself. And so that's a really great thing about being in the union.
I like the representation that they fight for us. They fight for the employees, and that's what I appreciate about the union.
Now that we're both retired, we can't believe it. We pinch ourselves and say we have good paying pensions. We still have affordable insurance. While we know some retirees struggle just on their Social Security, but we know it's from the unions. We know it's from those benefits that were negotiated.
I travel. I made it a commitment to myself. I have good housing. I have excellent health insurance. Excellent. Everything just pays off. It paid off.
Being retired has been fantastic. And I probably wouldn't have been able to do it had it not been for the Postal Workers Union.
It's been possible for my wife and I to travel.
Yeah, I've been all over the world.
Yes.
You make a living just because of the working conditions and benefits that you negotiate as a union member. So take a shot, become a union member.
Unions will help you get to where you need to be.
So now that you've heard all those various jobs that you can get without getting a four-year degree, think about your future and what's going to make you happy. And good luck. I am union.
I am union.
I am union.
I am